Right. So if you're here, you probably are looking to change your life in some way. And it's a good place to be because it's something that I am actively doing every day. And if you aren't familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, then this might be confusing for you. I do suggest that you check out his work, especially You Are the Placebo, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Becoming Supernatural, any of his meditations, progressive and intensive workshops, or a retreat if you can go to one, or even just listening to the testimonials that he has on his YouTube page. So if you are an active student of his work, then this is probably going to be more fun for you. Something that I realized was that I hear a lot of success stories about changing, and there are less stories about the journey to change, which I think is something that I wanted to bring to light because I'm in the process of change right now. One of the things that I realized is that in doing this is that I had two situations, two stories, as Dr. Joe calls them, that have been wreaking havoc in my life for a very long time. And one was over 20 years ago, and the other one was just about 8 years ago. And so I don't want to harp on the stories because that is the old me, and I'm going to continuously say that until I actually believe it. But I do know I have my work cut out for me, and I'm actively working to change that situation. So something recently that I realized about myself, because in Dr. Joe's book, he brings up quantum physics, and he brings up the fact that we're all made of energy, and that because there's mostly space in the atom, then we're able to create our lives. And I think that something that I realized the other day was that I did not actually believe that as much as I've studied that. And I probably started studying that well before Dr. Joe's work because I was always interested in physics. So I took, physics classes in college, and I did all of my work on quantum physics. And I literally had no idea what I was doing at the time because I was like, what is this? It's so interesting to me. But I just didn't know what it was. But I heard it over and over and over and over again that, we're made of energy, we are energy, and therefore, we can have impact on our reality. And I just didn't believe it. So if you're struggling with some of this stuff, that could be one of the reasons that you think you believe something. I mean, your conscious mind believes it, but your body just doesn't believe it, so it's basically going against you, which also brings me to another issue that I've been having, which is the body being so resistant to change because it's caught in this loop. So one of the loops I've been caught in is fear. My body has been trapped in this fear for a very long time. And even though my mind is over here, I mean, it's acquired information and it's ready to move. And, I have a heart math monitor. I sit with my heart math monitor at nighttime, and I'm, putting that on and measuring where am I at, all that kind of stuff. For some reason, my body is caught in the fear loop. For me, the journey is really about changing those couple of things. Like I can tell you right now, as I'm doing this video, my heart is racing, and I feel fear. And this is just my body. My body is wired for this survival. It's wired for this fight or flight, and it's something that I want to let go. I just want to change that completely. I don't want to be that person anymore. And, it's hard to know if the work, when you're doing the work, if it is working. And so sometimes I'll just ask for a sign, like any sort of sign that it's working. And one thing that's been happening to me, which is it's not something I've asked for, but it's just something that materialized as a result of the work, is people have started to randomly tell me that I look really young. And, I don't, it's what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to change has nothing to do with that. But it's just really interesting. I've noticed it's just random people being like, wow, your skin is so beautiful. Like, what do you use on your skin? And then, I tell them my age. Oh, do you get Botox? Like, no. Do you do this? No. What do you do? What do you use? What do you use? And olive oil, green tea, and meditation. And not a confirmation of, the things that I'm trying to change, but it is a confirmation of change because people weren't saying that to me before. And so I find that very interesting. I mean, there are parts of my life that I'm so incredibly grateful for. When I look at some of the parts that I want to change, I realize that my body has been the thing. The emotions in my body are the thing that are tethering me to that place. And that is why, over the years, even though I've been studying this stuff for a long time, or I've, been, studying manifestation for a long time and all that, it's not materializing in a certain way because the body is holding on. So, in meditation, I've kind of been allowing the body to just not put a label on it and not say, you need to change this or you need to do this. But even though there are certain things that I have in my mind that I want to see materialize, whether it's for my health or it's for wealth, which are, whether it's mental health, those things I want to see materialize, I'm allowing in the meditations to be open to possibility and really ask the question, instead of putting limits on myself and saying, it has to be this way, it has to be like this, or it has to materialize like this, or I have to see this on a health report. Maybe it's about, just saying what is possible, and saying what is possible. And that's something that Dr. Joe talks about when he talks about his own situation, is saying he asked himself what was possible. So I've been doing a similar thing and asking myself, what if it's even better than I thought it was? What if it's even grander than I thought it was? What if it's even more powerful than I thought it was? And not sticking to the very narrow-minded focus of it has to be this way. So that's my video for today. I'm going to try to do a video every day and just keep up with the progress, and then hopefully this will be enlightening for somebody or inspirational for somebody to help them on their journey of change. And I will keep you posted with any of the things that materialize. Yeah, so that's for today. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow, and we'll see where we go on this journey. I'm really excited to see the potential, and it is my intention that one day, I will be able to say with confidence, like, hey, if I can do this, then you absolutely 100% can, because I do believe that we all are so powerful and that we all are able to create the reality that we want. So I needed to add something quickly to the end of this video. I thought about adding it for tomorrow's video, but I decided I would do it. Earlier in this video, I was talking about how I hadn't really seen like too many things come out of the meditation so far, but I was looking forward to what was going to happen. And so I actually had blood work done on May 8th, and so it's only been about 6 days, and it came back fairly quickly. And one of the notable things, there were many notable things in this blood work, but one of the notable things was my cortisol levels, because I typically had a 22 to 23 range cortisol levels. And I've had them for quite some time. It felt like every time I was testing, they were pretty high. I have been doing the work every day, and my cortisol level was 13.4. So that was another thing that happened, and I wanted to add it to this video, and that's it.